You're still watching Today on eNCA with myself, Mfundo Mapalane. Now it's that time of the year again to focus on New Year's resolutions. Let's bring into conversation CEO of Healthy Living Consulting, Ronald Abvajee, for this year's fitness resolutions. Ronald, thank you very much for joining us. Happy New Year.
The happiest, the fittest and the healthiest to you as well.
Thank you very much. You know, as chaotic as our lives may be, you can be sure about one thing. Come the 1st of January, healthy eating, creating structure in our lives, cutting off or engaging differently with toxic individuals are all top of our New Year's resolutions. But somewhere we fall off the wagon probably by February. What are we doing wrong?
Oh man, that's such an amazing question, because this seems like the same roller coaster we pay for every year in January. Now, we do know that 2021 has been a crazy year for many, which gives 2022 that amazing ability to have this appealing, super new, refreshing, taking out the cobra polish and polishing the shoes appeal. Now, for some, it means that we often fall off the wagon because our minds and our bodies are just not primed for these immediate quick fix changes. And we often tend in the New Year's resolutions, especially with fitness and health, is to make them abrupt. So my input to everyone out there would be is, don't go for the typical diet, exercise, financial overhaul style resolutions. Try something different. And we're going to give you some suggestions today. But here's the thing. The first and the biggest thing I would say to you is this. Make it something that is relevant to you, where you will be able to, in good times and bad times, stick to it. That way, you'll stick to the resolution that's at play.
So meaning we mustn't overwhelm ourselves. But here we are, generally, we are creatures of instant gratification. If it doesn't show any results in 2 weeks, I quit. So how do we even overcome that element of ourselves?
The instant gratification scenario. When creating resolutions, I recommend asking yourself a few questions like, how do you want to feel? Will this resolution get you closer to that? What energy do you want to create? Will this resolution give you that type of energy? Are you operating from a place of restriction or abundance? Does this resolution involve taking away things that you like or adding more to what you currently like? And would you make this resolution, recommend this resolution to your siblings, your younger sister, your best friend? And what impact will it have in the next 5 to 10 years? When you answer those questions, you give yourself the foundational building blocks to move beyond just immediate gratification. And when you focus on doing something small every day, micro habits, micro celebrations on those micro habits, those micro wins. For example, maybe I'm doing this discussion with you standing up, bringing in 5 minutes of standing activity, engaging my core. Hey, that's a win. And the benefit is I'm talking to you and to the mating audience. Bring in micro habits. It'll help you get over that immediate gratification hurdle.
So meaning some of us that had our resolutions yesterday possibly have lost the battle already, because what I'm getting from you is that the resolutions should be preceded by an honest conversation with self. So if I didn't have the conversation but just wrote down all my desires, that I want to have this body, I want to be financially healthier in my life, or I want to have a certain kind of friends and cut off others. So if I didn't have that conversation before that, clearly, I'm set for downhill now. It's just downhill from here.
I would rather say you set for a road that might have a little bit more potholes than what you would have if you really delved into them a little bit more. And I'm not saying here you have to spend hours unpacking it. By writing it down, I commend you. I say I celebrate you because you've taken the first step. But what then? How do you add more meat to that first step? And the first step will be is dissecting and going deeper into what does that really mean to you as an individual? What does more activity mean for me as Uron? What does it mean for me to meditate more? It means that I'll be calmer, I'll be more focused, I'll have more energy, I'll be able to connect more with my colleagues, my team and my family. I'll find a balance with my family, my wife and my daughter. Those benefits outweigh any potential potholes. And when you've unpacked that journey in your mind and you begin to accommodate the habit of smaller things every day that just add up, you've taken the first step in writing it down. Dig deeper and make that first step the first leap.
But then the reality, Ronald, is that our lives don't mostly read like textbooks. We can literally write everything down, but then there are other things that happen in between. I can have the structure, and then there's a death in the family, and somehow that's when I fall off the wagon. So what do we do with those many life events that really do profoundly impact us and everything else that we've written out for our life for this year?
You know, that is the same principle that we've experienced over the last 2 years. We all had these plans, from business plans to personal plans to career plans to academic plans to life plans. Here's the reality, is that in life, we all experience cracks into what we go through, our minds, our hearts, our thoughts, our bodies, our feelings, our emotions. And those cracks often become breaking points. But if you look in my office, I've got these kintsugi cups, and the principle of kintsugi is as follows. No matter what the crack is, identify what it is and see what you're going to add to it to mend it, so that you acknowledge the journey of having this hurdle, this life crisis, this family crisis, whatever it may be that might steer you off path. But when you commit to deeper goals, when you commit to entrenching yourself deeper into what those resolutions mean to you, and you understand the benefit, you will be able to utilize it in a way that mends the crack so that you can kintsugi anything you need to kintsugi, so that you acknowledge the journey of the breakage, of the damage, so that you can propel yourself going forward. I always say, if you're driving a car forward, you always look in the rearview mirror for safety, knowing the journey you've come on. But don't look back in the rearview mirror if you want to drive your car forward.
So beautiful. Ronald, thank you very much for that. That's Ronald Abvajee, CEO of Healthy Living Consulting.